There we go. God's side or the other side? Yeah, you're not tricking me now. See, I figured out this new system that Restream has that knocked my mic off a couple of weeks ago, where I was on. You could hear my lips moving, but you couldn't hear a sound. Well, that's not happening any longer. I'm back. It is Sports Wednesday here, December the 4th, 2024. Gosh, 2024. I'm of the generation that was scared about what was going to happen after 1999, 25 years ago, and there was this guy named Prince who made a song about it, and everybody freaked out. 1999, what's going to happen? Here it is, 2024, going into 2025. Wow, wow. Well, time moves on. George Washington used to be here. That's right. Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Jimi Hendrix. We can go all down the line of people that used to be here. William Shakespeare, The Midnight Summer Dream. Well, right now we're here, so let's get this thing done. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show on Sports Wednesday today, and we have a lot to talk about. First, we're going to start off with birthdays. Let me see what I got here for birthdays. That's right. Oh, I miss my guys. And one day they'll be back. That much I do know. So let's get on with the show here. Amazing Grace Sports Wednesday. We're going to start off with birthdays. As we said, what do we have for birthdays to start off with? Let me see. We have Mr. Ted Johnson. Happy birthday, Ted Johnson. Now, Ted Johnson was born December 4th, 1972 in Alameda, California. He grew up in Carlsbad, California, and he graduated from the Carlsbad High School. And he played college football for the Colorado Buffaloes. That's right, the same place that Deion Sanders has now turned into a soap opera. But I think they have a winning record. So that's better than what they had 2 years ago. Right? Right. But we're talking about Ted Johnson. Now, Ted Johnson was selected by Bill Parcells and the New England Patriots in the 1995 draft with the 57th pick overall. In his rookie year, Johnson went to the Super Bowl, but the team lost to Green Bay, and handily so. But, Ted Johnson would get another chance at Super Bowl glory in 2001. This time he would win. Then another chance in 2023. And this time he would win again. And yet another chance in 2004. That's it? Yeah, 2004. So it's 2003, 2004, where he would win yet again. Yes, Ted Johnson is a linebacker, picked by Bill Parcells, coached by Parcells, Pete Carroll, and Bill Belichick, three defensive geniuses, was an important cog in the New England Patriots defense. He was big, he was fast, he was strong, he was versatile, and he was an important reason that they won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, and why he went to 4 Super Bowls total. So we have to say happy birthday to Ted Johnson, and thank you for the memories. That's birthday number 1. Now, don't get too excited here because, well, let me show my face again. Let me introduce another New England football player, but he did not play with Ted Johnson. But he was a New England Patriot who won 2 Super Bowls. He's flown under the radar for the most part of his career because, well, his career is one of perseverance. I mean, this guy, he was one of the hardest runners I've ever seen. And he was fast, and he was quick, and he was elusive. I remember seeing this guy jump over tacklers, which was, for a guy who weighed 240, 250 pounds, to jump over a tackler. But let's get right into it. His name is LeGarrette Montez Blount. LeGarrette Montez Blount was born December 5th, 1986. Upon graduating Perry High School without being offered a scholarship, Blount walked on to the East Mississippi Community College. 2 years later, he transferred to the University of Oregon. Now, with the Ducks, they didn't call them the Mighty Ducks, but they called them the Oregon Ducks. Blount set the record, the single season record of 17 touchdowns and had over 1,000 yards his first year with them. It was his junior year, but that was his first year at Oregon. In his second year, well, he ran afoul of regulations. Blount is a fiery character. I mean, you gotta love this guy. He's not scared. He wasn't scared of anybody. I guess he's not scared of anybody. But just to say, we're talking about that present time. He wasn't scared, and he was a running back, and he would take on defensive ends, linebackers, you name it. He wasn't scared of anything. He went at him. Okay. Now, in the second year, he was suspended. He was suspended for fighting with members of the Boise State team after a hard-fought loss. Apparently, defensive tackle, after beating Oregon, said, "How do you like that loss?" And that didn't sit well with Blount, and he dropped him. He dropped the defensive end just like that, bam, and it was on. So that didn't sit too well with the new coach Chip Kelly, and well, he was suspended for most of the season. I think he was able to come back and play in the last 2 games. Now, the end of his college football career ended, well, like the end of his high school football career, with no one knocking on his door. No one. He couldn't get a sniff. Now, and much too, well, it's going to be one of those things where they're going to regret. Other teams are going to regret that they didn't sign LeGarrette Blount. Now, he signed with the Tennessee Titans as an undrafted free agent and made the team as a walk-on. He walked on the same way he walked on at East Mississippi Community College. Just walked on the team and got a spot. Now, the Titans waived him with the intention of resigning him because they were trying to make room for a veteran guy, and they got him in there, and they thought nobody knew about LeGarrette Blount. Wrong! The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been doing their homework, and they, well, after watching them, they wanted this guy, and when the Titans made the mistake of letting him go, Tampa Bay swooped in and scooped him up before the Titans could resign him. Now, at 240, 250 pounds, Blount's running style was physical and punishing. He created contact. He ran over defensive players, but he was also elusive. He was known, as I said, for leaping over would-be tacklers in full stride. And he became a starter in just the 3rd game of his rookie season. That's the 2010 season. He became a starter in just the 3rd game. And he finished the season with over 1,000 yards. He ran afoul of regulations again. He got into a couple of fights. Now, this guy, I'm going to tell you, he never started a fight. I've never seen this guy go out of his way to start a fight or try to intimidate somebody, taunt them. But he didn't back down from a fight. I mean, LeGarrette Blount was not backing down from a fight. So when fights came his way, he got involved instead of turning the other cheek. And that got him traded to the New England Patriots in 2013. And he made an immediate impact. He was an integral part of the 2014-2016 Super Bowl teams. He led the league in rushing touchdowns. He was Bill Belichick's battering ram, and Bill Belichick loves having a physical running back, a guy who does not shy away from contact, who will take it up the middle, but also has speed to go outside. After he lost Corey Dillon after the first 3 Super Bowls that ended in 2004, Dillon retired after the 2005 season. He didn't have that, but he found it again in LeGarrette Montez Blount. So happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, LeGarrette Montez Blount. Thank you for the Super Bowls and the memories. Now we move on to our next birthday guy. Our next birthday guy is not for 3 days, but we couldn't risk um, not getting it in. So even though it's on um, December 7th, which is 3 days away, we're going to pretend as if December 7th is today. On December 7th, let me get this, 2000, no, on December 7th, 1956, uh, let's see if you recognize this guy. Larry Joe Bird was born. Larry Bird was born on Pearl Harbor Day, which is December 7th, in West Baden Springs, Indiana. Now notice, it's Larry Joe Bird. It's Larry, not Lawrence. Joe, not Joseph. His lineage is not partial to formal names or formalities. Larry Bird was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was the fourth child of Georgia and Joe Bird. His father, a World War II and Korean War veteran, suffered from bouts of anxiety and depression brought on by the two wars, and as a result, tragically, he struggled with alcohol. His parents divorced when he was in high school, and while attending high school, Larry worked a lot to support his family, seeing as his father was out the picture most of the time. Now, Larry was the star of his high school team. He averaged 31 points a game and 21 rebounds as a senior. He was that good. 31 points a game and 21 points and 21 rebounds as a senior. He was so good he received a basketball scholarship to attend Indiana University with famous head coach Bobby Knight in 1974. But Larry dropped out in less than a month. Why? Well, it's been said that Larry felt uncomfortable in a large setting like that. He came from a town which only had 1,500 people in it. But I don't think that was it. I don't think that was it at all. I think more than anything else, Larry Bird was concerned about the welfare and survival of his family. So after a month, he packed up and went home, back to French Lick. And he got a full-time job and attended nearby Northrop University. Now, that was in 1974. But February 1975, Joe Bird, Larry's father, committed suicide. He was behind in child support payments, and he felt like he was a burden on his family. And, well, it just kind of, as things do, puts a person in a position where they feel like that, well, the world would be better or his family would be better without him there. But this had a profound effect on Larry Bird. This changed him. Okay? It changed him. After that incident, basketball took on a whole new meaning for one Larry Bird, one of life and death. Larry enrolled in nearby Indiana State University. Nothing, not the size of the university, not how many hours he had to work, not how many hours he had to practice basketball was going to get in the way, this time, of him making a success. In his senior year, the Indiana State Sycamores went 33-0 and made the NCAA Finals for the first time in the university's history. Indiana State did not win the finals, but then again, they were never supposed to be there. The fact that they made it that far is a testament to Larry Bird's talent as well as his drive. In the NCAA Finals, he would lose to Magic Johnson and his talented Michigan State squad, initiating a Bird and Johnson rivalry that would spill over into the NBA. In that season, Larry Bird has shown he was a different breed of basketball player. He could shoot, he could pass, he could carve out a niche underneath the basket and rebound with the best of them. He averaged 30 points and 13 rebounds and 5 assists a game with a record of 81-13 for his college career. Think about that. 30 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. 81-13. And his last season, he went, well, 33-0, but it really turned out to be 33-1 because they lost that final game to Michigan. Bird was drafted by the Boston Celtics the year before his college career ended. So everyone knew where he was going. And they would soon find out where Magic Johnson was going. He was going to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, at the time that Johnson went to the Lakers, they were, well, one of the best teams in the league. But at the time, which is the same year that Larry Bird went to the Celtics, they were one of the worst teams in the league. And no one expected much from them. The league quickly found out that Larry Bird was unguardable. His range of shooting had no boundaries, and his passing was equal to, if not better than, his rival Magic Johnson. He could lead on the fast break like a point guard or finish on the end like a wing. He gave 100% all the time and played with a no-nonsense work ethic. He led the team in points and rebounds. Bird's arrival catapulted the Celtics into a 32-win increase over the previous year, where they had been one of the bum teams the year before. Now they were in the playoffs. And believe me, the rest of the league knew it. One of the preeminent teams at the time was the Philadelphia 76ers with Dr. J, Bobby Jones, Caldwell, Dal Dawkins, Laurie B. Free, who would become World B. Free. And they took Dr. J and the 76ers to 7 games. Yes. Now, what should have been a joyous situation was causing problems. Larry Bird was a white guy dominating in a league where the majority of the players were black. And many racist black Celtic and NBA fans refused to root for the Celtics because of Bird, choosing instead to root for his, well, adversary, Magic Johnson, the enemy of the Boston Celtics, who played, well, not the enemy, but he played for the enemy, the Los Angeles Lakers. Bird's emergence may have divided the nation racially as far as basketball goes, but the nation's interest in basketball exploded because of him and because of this tension. Bird and Johnson seemed to differ in more ways than race. Bird didn't care for the press. Johnson loved the attention. Bird was serious. Johnson was flashy. Bird hardly ever smiled and never laughed. Johnson smiled for the cameras and laughed like a movie star. The cities they represented were total opposites as well as long-standing rivals. I believe the Celtics had played the Lakers 5 to 6, 7 times in the finals and had beaten them every one of those times. So this was a long-standing rivalry between what people thought were two opposites, but they played like mirror images of each other. Except Bird was a better player. He could do everything that Magic could do, and he could shoot. He could shoot from anywhere. Bird was blue-collar and rough like Boston. Johnson represented the fashion and glitz of Hollywood and Los Angeles. Now, Magic Johnson, also known as Irvin Magic Johnson, won the Rookie of the Year and the NBA title in his very first year in the NBA. But the next year, Larry Bird won the NBA's Most Valuable Player award and the NBA championship, and he won it by beating Magic Johnson in the Los Angeles Lakers in the finals. Now the rivalry resembled that of Ali and Frazier, two heavyweights that would never give up and never surrender. Neither Magic Johnson or Larry Bird needed the hype. They were that good, and their teams dominated the league. The NBA went from the most watched sport in America to the second most watched sport, just behind the NFL. It wasn't Johnson who made that happen as much as it was Larry Bird. Over time, Larry Bird won over even the most racist of black fans. Yeah, there was plenty of them. I live in Boston. Yes. And half of the population here would not support Larry, would not support the Celtics. Half of the black population of basketball aficionados, or whatever you might want to call them, basketball heads, would not support the Celtics because, well, Larry Bird just, well, yeah, you get it. They found every reason not to support the team that had won so many championships. Just goes to show you racism works both ways, and America needs to get over it now more so than ever. Bird won them over because, well, when your team is winning and they're playing good basketball, and the guy that you supposedly don't like, well, he's that good. Well, he has a way of doing that. And Larry Bird was better than good. Larry Bird was great. Bird would go on to win 2 more championships and MVP awards. He enchanted millions of fans. He won the world over. Well, he enchanted millions of fans the world over, and he terrorized the NBA with his trash talking. But like Magic Johnson said, it ain't trash talking if you can back it up. And Larry Bird could back it up. Happy birthday, happy birthday to Larry Joe Bird. Thank you for the memories. And thank you for all that you did for the NBA and what you did for uniting the country behind basketball. Let's see if we can get that to happen again, where we unite as a country, okay? Not divided. Happy birthday to the legend, Larry Bird. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what do we got from here? Oh, you know what we got? We got this. Speaking of basketball, we had a situation where I was watching a team. Well, not really watching. I was watching the highlights, and the Brooklyn Nets, who have been mired at the bottom for forever, ever since they had Kyrie Irving and Harden and gee whiz and Kevin Durant. Yeah, they were all 3 on the team, and it just fell apart. This was about 5 years ago. Completely came to a screeching halt. Kyrie had bolted Boston for Brooklyn because he wanted to play in New York after promising that he would play in Boston, and got the hopes up of Boston fans that we wanted Kyrie so bad, and I did too. I thought, I mean, Kyrie had got LeBron the championship, just like Mario Chalmers had got LeBron the championship, and Ray Allen had got LeBron the championship at that time. But Kyrie Irving was that guy. He was a superb player, but his attitude was not there, and it kind of didn't work out. But where was I? Oh, yeah, the Nets. The Brooklyn Nets. Now let's get to this. I was watching the highlights, and I came across that the Brooklyn Nets had a fight. Yeah, they had a fight. Who were they fighting with? The Magic, Orlando Magic. Well, it was a chippy game, and something struck me about this. So let me walk you through this to get this to you. Okay, just watch.
Franz Wagner fakes the 3, lobbing it up to him. At the end of this play, first of all, Batase hangs on the rim. Should have gotten a T for it, didn't. Then you can see Batase, after Jordy's talking to the refs about that missed call of Wilson, Batase starts pointing at the scoreboard, and Jordy's still going after Pat Frayer and going after Jalen Suggs as well.
Does anybody recognize the guy holding Jordy Fernandez? That's Juwan Howard. He was fired 2 years ago for punching another coach in the face. How does he have a job in the NBA?
Snaking to the rim, and he throws it away. And that should do it. Foul.
He gets him above the shoulder, hits him in the face. Obviously, there, I think, given the way that this game has gone, that
excessive and unnecessary contact to the face. It's going to be upgraded to a flagrant 2 foul.
Wow.
Now, Nick Claxton, one of the most classiest guys in the league for the last 5 or 6 years. He endured Kyrie Irving and James Harden and Kevin Durant, and now he has to endure Ben Gordon. But when you get the wrong type of people heading your organization, like, well, it appears that Jordy Fernandez is, and definitely Juwan Howard. Juwan Howard punched another coach in the face because he called a timeout, which he didn't think he should have done. Juwan Howard, wasn't the first incident he had. And they kept him on as the coach of Michigan, one of the premier colleges in the league. And okay, that was DEI then. This is DEI now. Juwan Howard had a terrible losing record, and they kept him on because, well, he was a DEI hire, and it was terrible. The program suffered. The players underneath him suffered. The guy went on a rant about he felt that he felt that he was being racially targeted when they called him out for punching the coach. He was a guy who was lucky to have a job. If it wasn't for his race, he wouldn't have had a job. He would have been fired like 2 years. I think he was 5 years into the. I think they actually renewed his contract. He was 5 years into this. I mean, it was ridiculous. And this guy's on your bench. And just in case you guys think I'm making this up, take a look.
77 to 63. And Juwan Howard not going over immediately to shake hands. Now he's going to get in the line. Interesting finish here. 77. Oh, see, and they're going at it. Oh, yeah. Howard and Guard are not happy right now as the two of them continue to have words. We told you Juwan Howard was not happy about that timeout. And Juwan Howard just threw a right hand. And now we got a scrum. We have a scrum in Madison. Players are pushing and shoving. This is an ugly scene. This is an ugly scene.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that Juwan Howard, that guy. And you got that guy on the bench of the Nets. And anybody in New Jersey or Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Anybody in Brooklyn wonder why that team can't win? It's when you choose race over winning. And we got to change this, ladies and gentlemen. This is why this is called the Amazing Grace Sports Network. We all need grace. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, all of us. We need grace. We're not perfect. There is no perfect race. Get over it. Stop it. And I will tell you right now, until you do, until Black people stop this craziness of resentment, it's called resentment. It's one of the 7 deadly sins. Until that stops, your neighborhoods will always be at a boil. Resentment kills, and it kills within. Ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing against Juwan Howard, but after watching him punch that guy in the face and keep it going, and this whole team is now fighting over a called timeout, he should not have a job in the NBA. He should not be coaching anywhere for a while until he goes under psychiatric treatment. Hiring him for the Brooklyn Nets is a DEI hire that's biting you in the butt. You want to hire people who are qualified and stable to guide your team. You got enough young hotheads on that team. They're young men. Gosh, young men are hotheads. You don't need an old hothead on it either. And him trying to restrain Jordy this is ridiculousness that borders on insanity. No wonder the Nets look so bad. Bad decisions. The fish rots from the head down. And speaking of fish rotting from the head down, I believe I've rotted from the head down on last week's picks. That's it. That's all I got for the NBA right now. Other than the Celtics just creaming the Heat, which made my day because Pat Riley and the rest of his team. But now we got some guys that can croak them. We got Peyton Pritchard, Pat Riley. That's right. We got Peyton Pritchard, Pat Riley, and he's a heat croaker. I just love it. Bring him out there. We got Peyton Pritchard with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown And Kristaps Porzingis did not even play because it was a back-to-back, and they had just lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers the day before. So we had, Jordan Walsh out there. Not Drew Holiday, but it's a Drew with a D-R-E. That guy, 7 foot tall, but a great shooter. We had the team out there, and they croaked the Miami Heat, who were also on the back-to-back, so it was fair. But speaking of Crow, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I think I can eat crow a la mode, crow gumbo, crow soup, crow fried crow, boiled crow, baked crow, crow with cinnamon, crow with garlic. I could just eat a lot of crow because I think I was terrible last week. And I think I was so bad, I really don't want to go over it with you. I really don't. And it would take some time for me to, you know what? We're going to be honest here. We're gonna do this, okay? I went 2 for 3 on Thanksgiving, okay? I picked Detroit to win, Dallas to win, and I picked Miami to win, just for an upset. And I was wrong. So let's just make that 2 and 1 in the loss column. Let's go down the line. Kansas City did win at Las Vegas, but not by much. Los Angeles beat Atlanta. I picked that one. I picked Cincinnati to beat Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson is surprising me. How he's getting it done. He doesn't look great doing it, but he's getting it done. I picked Arizona to beat Minnesota, and no, that was the wrong move to make. Minnesota beat Arizona 23-22. Well, it might have been a point, but it doesn't matter. Now at this point, I am 4-3. Indianapolis went to New England, and thank gosh for Indianapolis coming through 5-3 now. Seattle playing New York. Yes, I took the Jets. That's a 5-4, baby. I took the Jets. Woe is me. I mean, you can say what you want, but yeah, the Jets won. Seattle won 26-21. I took Washington to beat Tennessee. That was a fail. No, actually. Oh. Tell me it's true. It's true. Washington won. So, yeah. Gosh. Thank gosh for unexpected pleasures. Thank you so much. Who knows I made that pick? I picked Houston to beat Jacksonville, and Houston beat Jacksonville. I'm doing better than I thought. Los Angeles and New Orleans. What happened here? Los Angeles beat New Orleans. Tampa Bay beat Carolina. I picked Philadelphia. I picked Baltimore to win. They lost to Philadelphia. I picked Buffalo to beat San Francisco. That was a win. And I picked Denver to beat Cleveland, and they barely did. So I only had 4 losses, and the rest were wins, or something to that extent. If you catch me wrong, just comment, email me, comment. You can leave a comment. Whichever way you want to leave a comment, you can leave it on the YouTube, you can leave it on the website, you can even email me, and I will respond. Yes, I will respond because I am that type of guy. What was surprising? Was Jameis Winston, even though Cleveland lost, guys resurrected his career. This guy threw for 497 yards. 497 yards. I put him on my fantasy football team this week, a little bit late. I had Jerry Jeudy on my team, and he caught his receiving yards was 235, and I didn't play him. Because they said Denver's pass defense was so great. Why would I play him against a great pass defense? Right. Yeah, why would I do that? Now, here in my formerly nicotine-stained hands is next week's Now, I didn't do too badly, so I'm just going to have baked crow and boiled crow to eat. And I pick these as I go along. I do not preview this before. So as we're going, we're going. Green Bay is traveling to Detroit tomorrow night to take on the Detroit Lions. I'm going with Detroit. Detroit could take the game off, but I believe they want to accept the challenge of Green Bay. And I know Green Bay, they're right behind Detroit as far as standings go. As a matter of fact, it's Green Bay, Minnesota that are tied, and then they have, I believe they're tied or they're very close together. And then after that comes Green Bay. So they want to knock off Detroit to get right up there and have a chance to win the division instead of coming in as a wild card. I don't know if they can get 3 teams out of one division. We will see. I believe they can. If they can, well, more than likely Green Bay is a lock. Then we have Jacksonville going to Tennessee. Tennessee's favorite, and I'm going to go with Tennessee. We have the New York Jets, I believe it is. Yep, the New York Jets traveling to Miami. I'm taking Miami. I'm not going with the Jets. Not going with the Jets. They burned me twice now. Aaron Rodgers is completely done. And, well, Aaron, I can't say that I feel sorry for you because after you've jerked everybody around in Green Bay for those number of years, never producing when you could have produced, never doing the things you could have done, never taking it seriously. Yeah, you jerked Green Bay fans around. I can't say that I feel sorry when things have gone sour for you now. Atlanta's traveling to Minnesota. Atlanta could beat every team in the league. Will they? I doubt it. I'm taking Minnesota who know that they have to win this game in order to keep pace with Detroit and to keep Green Bay at bay. That's a nice one, Green Bay at bay. We have New Orleans traveling to the New York Giants. I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints. Carolina is traveling to Philadelphia. Give me Philadelphia. Philadelphia's favored by 12. Cleveland's traveling to Pittsburgh. Can Russell Wilson's magic last? Pittsburgh's favored by 6.5. I'm going with Cleveland, guys. I'm going with Cleveland. But like I said, take what I say in moderation. Do not bet the house. Do not bet the house on what I say. Definitely do not. Because if you lose your house, you're not coming to live with me. So do not bet. And if you bet, definitely do not bet the house. Las Vegas is traveling to Tampa Bay. I am taking Tampa Bay. Seattle is traveling to Arizona for a 4 o'clock game. This is a tough one. How did we do last week? Did Arizona play? I don't remember Arizona playing. Okay. Yeah, they did. And they lost to Minnesota 22-23. So now they're traveling. Seattle's traveling. I got to go with Arizona. Let's see what happens here. Buffalo is going to the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going with the Rams. I know Buffalo's a powerhouse, but I'm going with the Rams. I ran with them so far. Matthew Stafford is one of my fantasy football quarterbacks. Of course, I want him to do well. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and my running back, Kyren Williams. Chicago is traveling to San Francisco. Chicago's been nothing but hard luck. They're traveling to San Francisco. San Francisco's favored by 4. Chicago could win because San Francisco is banged up. McCaffrey's out and Jordan Walsh is out. But I think this actually might work out in favor for San Francisco because Isaac Gurundo is a better running back at this period of time than either Walsh or McCaffrey. And you heard it here first. So if they run the ball, which Shanahan likes to do, and mix it up on pass plays, San Francisco will come out with this win. Los Angeles Chargers are visiting Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Kansas City. Cincinnati is going to Dallas. There's a are two teams that can't get anything right. Can Cincinnati win on the road? They should definitely beat Cincinnati. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. They got Cincinnati favored by 5. And that's it. Denver, Indianapolis, New England, Washington, Baltimore, and Houston are on buys. Now, what do we have for tickets? Well, if you can get to Dallas for Monday night, you can get into the stadium for $19. $19, ladies and gentlemen, will get you into A&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the grandest stadium in the NFL. The grandest. That's right. The most majestic stadium in the NFL. $19 will get you in. And you can probably move down to the cheap seats. But if you think, let's try this. But wait, there's more. If you thought those ticket prices were low, I got one that beats it even more. You can go see the New Orleans Saints play the New York Giants in the Meadowlands. You can get in for $18. $18 will get you in, and I'm sure you can just go to where you want to go after you get into the stadium. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, your dollar goes further now that President Trump is in. Yes, your dollar is going further. All of a sudden, ticket prices have dropped. They're winning. This is huge. Okay? There's no way that you can lose now because your dollar is going further, and he hasn't even assumed office yet. Oh, but ladies and gentlemen, wait, there's more. If you thought you couldn't get ticket prices even cheaper than $18, wrong. If you go watch, or if you want to go watch the Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Tennessee Titans, you can get in for $11. Your dollar is going further than it has in 4 years. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is all due to Donald Trump, obviously. Because, yeah, you can go see this game, get into this game for $11. And I'm sure after you get into this game at $11, you can go wherever you want in the stadium. Probably not down to you can't go to the boxes. No. Those they still have people in those. But you never know. At $11, there's probably not too many people in the boxes. If you can, find a guy who would slip him a 50, you could probably bring your whole family and get into the boxes. Get into one of the boxes. I'm sure there's not too many corporate companies that are going to go watch Jacksonville play Tennessee at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Now, on the other hand, what are the highest prices that you can go to? What's Philadelphia is always a high price. Detroit is a high price now. Detroit is a big ticket. Let's just go with that. Detroit at $185. It's going to cost you $185 to go see them on Thursday. If you want to get into the stadium, $185. And that is the top ticket price. And I think that's going to be the top ticket price because Wisconsin and Michigan are not too far away. Green Bay is going to play Detroit. Green Bay always travels well. Shout out to a good friend of mine, Sage Lovell from Green Bay. She was in Boston for a period of time. We still remember you here at the Sweet Life and everybody. I have to contact you and let you know if some people, things have changed a little bit and you need to know what happened. So Green Bay is going to go to Detroit at $185, and you better get those tickets now because if you wait a period of time, I have a feeling they're going to go up. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I have for you. I know you deserve more. Yes, Americans, you deserve more. And we're here to give you more. Here on the Amazing Grace Sports Network, we're here to give you more. We're just going to give you more next week. No, you can call in on Saturday. Call in on Saturday, 844-249-5247, 844-249-5247. If you want to discuss, LeBron's decline, Juwan Howard having a job in the NBA, Peyton Pritchard torching the Heat. What else do we got for you? Anything. It's all on the table each And every time, it's all on the table. So like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, and call in on Saturday at 9 a.m. to the Amazing Grace Sports Network on WEZE Radio. We have a couple of questions. If you answer the questions correctly, we send you a t-shirt or an Amazing Grace Sports mug. Yes, your choice. Or we might even send you a basketball card. I'll tell you what, you'll have your choice. When you call in and you answer the question correctly, you have your choice of the basketball card of your choice that we have, t-shirts, or a Amazing Grace Sports mug. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of everything we do. What do we got here? That's right. Or the other side. That's right. It's up for all of them. It's up for P. Diddy and all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for making me part of your day. Gratitude goes out to you. Remember, stay away from the 7 deadly sins. And the world is not going to tell you about them. They're going to try to induce you in them. So I'm going to give it to you so you know what to stay away from. Envy, gluttony, greed, sloth, lust, anger / resentment, pride / judgment. So when they tell you have to be proud, they're inducing you to sin. If they tell you that you can hold resentment against anybody or any race, they are inducing you to sin. It's a trap. They know what they're doing, but I'm going to get you up to speed on it. I'm going to let you know what it is that they're trying to do, and they're trying to trap you in sins. This is the Amazing Grace Sports Network. We're signing off. My prayer is that we get it together as a nation and see each other for the content of our character and not the color of our skin. Thank you very much, and have a good day.